Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order at 5:49 PM. Let's do roll call. Currently looking at Vivian. Jasenia is not here, but she's on her way. I'm here. Francisco. I'm here. Present. Clary's not going to be here today. Alexandra.
Here.
And Madeline is on her way, but she's not here. Okay, first order of business. Is there any deferrals, additions, or deletions to add to our agenda for today?
I don't have any.
All right, none. Let's go ahead and move on to public comments. We have a special guest here today, and I'm going to let her take the floor and speak to us, and then we'll see if we can help her with something that she's working on. Go ahead.
Hi, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Juliana Correa. I've been a Girl Scout for over 13 years, and I'm currently working on my Girl Scout Gold Award project, which is the highest project you can receive in the program. So for my project, I am working with BB's Playhouse in my village by the Casabana, and I was given a grant by the town to fund my project. And what we're doing is a reading program, because what research and also working one-on-one with the kids, it's been shown that like the reading skills and the comprehension isn't the best. So my reading, like all of my passion projects have been dedicated to reading. So for this project, I'm really coming to you in terms of support of the BB's Playhouse, but also getting the word out and redirecting people over there. I'm working with 50 kids so far. We've gotten a good amount, so we've got a few left. And each of them, they receive a book, and this book, very simple words and comprehension, and then the book can replay the parents' voices. So then even if they are able to pass this comprehension, they will always have a gift and a memento of their voices. In addition,
Like this.
Hi, I'm John Roker of the Special Needs.
How cool.
so in addition to the 50 books that every student will get, we also have 15 community leader books, just like John and Officer Amador have done. So those books, in addition to sound books, that like you press the button, they really love the buttons. When you can give them a button, they will push it. They can play different songs related to different subjects, and those are going to stay at the center just to have the project sustainable. So yeah, I'm really mostly coming to you not only to support DG's Playhouse and like reading comprehension, but yeah, just to support the project and get the word out. A big part of not only supporting like the Girl Scout program is also promotion of the project and awareness. And one thing that I've learned about DG's Playhouse is not only like with different students with Down syndrome, but also with like any different disabilities, whether it be ADHD or autism, or they really even like encourage like kids with no particular disabilities to come and bring that awareness and bring that interlingual inclusion. So yeah.
Well,
Thank you so
thank you,
much.
Julie. For the record, everyone, Julie is in the need of 20 more kids.
Yes.
So she needs 20 more kids to be able to give these books to. And she would like for us, if we have our knowledge of anyone that could be, we could work with, a group or an organization here in town that could benefit from this, because the grant that she got to do this comes from the town. So we want to make sure we keep it in the town as well, because then we don't want to get the, the crossover lines. The first thing that came to my mind was that's facts, but we can't do it because they're in Hialeah.
The only one I can think of is Angel's Reach.
Angel's Reach. So can you send her contact info for Angel's Reach directly?
We had actually reached out to Angel's Reach and then we went to visit, but it's actually being turned into like a medical facility, so they're not there anymore.
So they turn it to a medical facility. Because I had work out of the White House building. I work with them.
Oh, that's where we had gone.
That's what we-
No, they're fixing it. They have one lawyer's office on the first floor. They have a medical office in the second floor. But it's in the process of getting revamped and getting what's the word? Remodeled, and they're remodeling it and putting doing a lot of changes so they can get all their permits acquired and bring their students back in. So that should take about a year, more or less. They were already saying.
Where are they at now?
They are in Trinity. You know where Trinity is? You know Flanagan's?
Yes.
It's been
Right
going
before
for-
Flanagan's. So they're like in the
Borderline
borderline of Miami Lakes and
It
Hialeah.
needs to be Anchor. What about our local therapy centers? Do you think they would benefit from this, like kid space and renaissance therapy and?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of therapy centers in the town. I think if you go to the town's website and go to the special needs advisory board's resource list. We have a bunch of them listed on there, though it may not be up to date because we need to do a refresh of it. But like the ones that I'm familiar with, most of them are all here west towards 57. And those little office plazas behind us here where the airport is,
Yeah, they're all
There's-
taking the same.
they're all about the same area. There's kid space and Renaissance are right next to each other. There's like two more
There's
down
Little
the street, Little
Angels.
Angels. Those are
Civic
places.
therapy, that's what I know.
And Meraki Wellness. So there's a lot of places here that they would love to have these books.
Okay,
I would reach out to every one of them at the kid space. Her name is Lisette.
that's that, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or adopt a classroom at Bob Graham.
Oh,
Does she have to go back to school?
that's done.
Oh, before we go back.
Well,
Yeah.
you can go to the office at Angels Reach House right now, which is right where Flanagan's is, like a block before, you know, the post office before Flanagan's. The post office before Flanagan's, they're right before the post office. They
Okay,
used to be called Trinity Christian School. She's there while they're remodeling the White House,
Yeah.
and she has a lot of kids that are in the spectrum. Like severe, from mild to severe, kids that are nonverbal. So she has a lot of kids there that can definitely benefit from that.
I'll definitely have to reach out then. Another thing as well is on the 9th at 5:30. Which I believe is next Wednesday. They're gonna be a project reveal, so the mayor will be there. There'll be like a short ribbon cutting, and then directly like right after like the short ribbon reveal, the kids have their cooking class. So if you wanna see, they always make something good and it always smells good.
At what time?
At 5:30,
Yeah, Gigi's.
yes.
I'm gonna text you Lisette's number right now, so you have it, before I forget.
And Ron, you said? Oh, 5.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing.
Good luck with your program, yes.
Thank you so much.
I had such a.
Go ahead.
May I ask if she's standing so I can get a picture?
I'll be along. Of course. Those are being recorded
Yeah, yeah. The presentation will be on Facebook.
over here. Thank you for having us.
You have the
Thank you for coming.
It's about to be there.
We're off to Gigi's.
You said you needed to get a picture with me in the book.
Yes.
The biggest problem I always had when I was in business was finding students I wanted to volunteer.
Oh.
And
Got my
I,
hair wore a
especially
hat.
being part of the reading program. That was the hardest job.
That's what we thought, we need to get the word out that they need volunteers, they need help, there's no charge. We're gonna do.
One of you. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Have a great day.
5:49.
Okay,
Is that what time you just started?
all right. Any other public comments? No, public comments closed. Now look through your minutes.
Okay, item 3B. It says motion to add Angel Reach, it's Angels Reach. Now, is Angels Reach? Angel apostrophe S, or is it?
All one word. Angels.
Okay, so just one. Okay. I saw something else.
Those your minutes.
Um. 7A3. It says motion to set up a subcommittee. It doesn't say who made the motion. That's as far as I know.
I'm pretty sure I did it, didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did the motion, so you can send my name in there.
Which ones?
783. Like this motion to,
To set up the subcommittee.
I'm usually the one who's yelling and screaming about doing things, so fine.
and then here, you or Madeline seconded.
So you can put it there. And just-
Well, so you're fence.
Oh, great, and I wrote it. I was the one that wrote it.
Practicisco.
See, I just wanted to make sure you guys are reading and paying attention. That's good. That means you guys are reading the old minutes. And making sure everything's right.
All right, besides those minor edits,
On announcements, C, D, actually, no. Why did it say D there?
the compact disc.
Because look, it's C, then it says, or I guess one, then it says D. But it says park lot was, the park lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be parking lot. But anyway.
Hey, my name is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure?
It is.
Where?
Alexandra. My name is spelled wrong. I like
Yeah.
German.
That was Francisco.
You see?
Francisco.
That was Francisco.
Where, which
She
one?
wasn't here.
No,
No.
this is for the subcommittee.
This is for the previous meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're quick to blame me, yeah, right.
You're the one that picked yourself,
What's
which is very
happening,
much
what's
sad.
happening is she's making subtle mistakes because she's having a child. That child is in there going, hey, take this letter out, take this letter out.
Hey, you're falling
The thing
asleep,
is
you're
that she's so
tired.
efficient that, she's fat, and it happens.
That's what happened to me, I was.
Yeah, you're.
But I put my paper up. If that would have been the SAT, I would have lost 500
The
points.
sensory,
The sensory
On the
part that we
ground.
were working on.
who did this one?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, you wanna see how you spelled your name?
Yeah, no, I just,
Place that we had selected,
that's what I'm saying, I did,
the lot.
if it would have been the SAT, I would have lost 500
Count my
points.
face.
Oh, the subcommittee.
Under announcements, D,
Yeah, boring.
number one. Purchase language signs soon to promote sensory room.
Oh, sorry.
Get rid of signs. Yeah.
My goodness, you guys, why don't we just go through the whole thing? and
Jeez, man, I
rewrite it?
didn't pick my name that much.
You should see the Eastside meetings that I used to go to, and there was a period, a comma, a capital,
But that's teachers.
not an extra space.
But that's teachers.
Oh, a lot of times it was parents.
Alexandra, everything past B,
But
Seven
there was a
B,
lot of teachers.
all the way to the end, you have my name is Roger, everywhere.
With one.
Yeah, one here, one here,
On page
Do
6 and
that.
7.
yeah. So letter E under 7 is Roger. And then,
Fine, replace.
8A,
Fine, replace, yeah.
yeah, 8A as well.
now on the subcommittee meeting, the only thing I think needs to be fixed is your name, Francisco. Quinsko.
It's Frankencisco.
Frankenstein.
Thank you, thank you. Frank.
We could fix your last name too, it could be Frankencisco Tortellini.
Yeah, there you go.
It'd be Italian.
All right.
It'll be a new character in the movie.
Anything else, guys? I motion to pass the note, the minutes with the adjustments as made.
Second.
All those in favor? Minutes fixed. Okay, on to old business, event calendar and the budget follow-up. Ladies and gentlemen, on your bottom, you will see the submit to the new calendar and the new report to the council. Now, this is not complete. I need your guys' help to make sure I complete it tonight. with the changes that we make, I will make those changes on the computer and send them to her. If we approve it tonight with handwritten, we're good. So let's start with the calendar. I want you guys to see the calendar. Because, because some of you weren't able to be here for the subcommittee meeting. So what we decided to do, I've got the calendar running from this upcoming month, this month here, all the way through December of next year. So eventually this will be a yearly calendar, but for now, we're just gonna focus on the fact that we have a few months left. We've created some things that we thought were gonna be useful for the group to do, and we've also added some idea events that we want to do and try to see if we can accomplish. So if you look here, we know that Gigi's cooking class starts in August. We know that we want to do painting with a twist this month. No, I did not go to get a new price. What I think we could do. Thanks. What I think we could do is if you really want to do it this month, because it was suggested that we do it this month. If you want to do it this month, what we could do is just set a budget for it. And anything we don't spend, we set like a budget of like 2,000 or something. And then we don't spend goes back to the same way.
When we said for this month, did we say it as for this year, or were we saying it for the following year? I don't.
It was you who was here, right?
Yeah.
I think you said that you thought we had the ability to do it if we could get the quote in time. Yeah. We got this
Are
done.
Yeah.
you sure it wasn't about next year? Because I don't know if we have enough time.
You said that we could do some of the events this year.
Yes, but I don't know if it's in August, the painting with a twist, because of the time. I don't know.
I really don't.
Yeah, no, because I asked the same question. And because I said, okay, so most of these programs are for next year.
Correct.
And he said, oh, we can do some of them.
Yes, some.
So I'm guessing that, yeah, the easier ones we can do.
Yeah,
the
but
The
that-
ones that take a lot of sweat equity.
I want to cancel it. Because I don't want to do it this year. I'd rather do it in 2024.
I think it's.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Because
too.
I want to put our.
But we don't
efforts-
have enough time, even, I remember what I did say. I said that we can actually probably set it up pretty quick because it fills up quick. But the thing is this, the main concern is. Because we had said about doing it like once school starts. Now I remember.
Right.
We said once school starts, like kind of maybe like towards the end of August. So I don't know if that's something.
I think we skip it. It's too much to plan in one time, and I'd rather put our efforts towards the art exhibit that you guys wanted to do. We can do the arts, we can do painting with a twist next year with no problem. Easy peasy.
Okay, I just have a comment that I was speaking to Clarisol and the department today. And so all the events that you guys have planned, if they have already been done previous years, that's fine, but new events and programs need council's approval.
That's what they're going in here for.
Yeah, so just,
And then I'm gonna tell the council, when we have our council meeting, here's our events, you will approve it. That's the end of it.
Oh,
Because again, the council doesn't have a choice though on our budget. And I'm not gonna fight with that. I said we would agree to tell them what we're spending. But they're not gonna stop us from doing the event unless the event is something that's really huge. If they want to stop the 5K, that's their call. That's their call. That's a mayor's call. That's not my call. But our painting with a twist, absolutely not. We've been doing it for too long to have you.
no, I meant
No,
about the
we've
art
done
exhibit,
it already.
Oh, the art is a
since it's something new.
that's something new. But that's something that's an easy thing. That's one of our events. If it's one of our events, it's one of the things that all of us as a board do together. So it's not, if nobody shows up, we're the ones that get responsible for it anyway. Like, it's no big deal. I mean, I don't see a deal with it. We're not putting together the 4th of July event where we're expecting thousands of people to show up.
No, but I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what she just means is that we need council approval. Not that we can't do it necessarily, just that it needs to somehow go through that. Which if it's in the report to council and they approve it, then we're good.
Right,
Exactly.
which I have to give this, what is it, next week? Next Tuesday?
I will double check.
So if it's in the report and they approve the report, they're approving the event?
That's how it should be,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
That's why I did it.
It's
for-
like the
folder.
walkathon, that like, maybe if it would have done like in advance, like if you guys already knew, you could have like had approval for it earlier. But if
No,
it's something that
You
kind
mean
of, just-
Gigi's event?
yes.
So that wasn't one of our events, that was a donation.
But we did
exactly.
it last year though.
yeah.
So that's an event that we've done.
Exactly, so now if it, this is not gonna happen, but if it's gonna be next month again, then you don't really need to
ask for
Because that's
approval.
already something that's already been
Well, I'm just
done.
gonna put it in there so they don't have a say so. I mean,
No, you can include it, but it's not something that you would necessarily.
Did it that way. I meant to say,
Just
so that they have so that they have an
So
awareness. that
there's no
it's-
reporting or anything about that.
I think they're just.
They're gonna fire.
I think they just wanna cover themselves and come to new events that they're not aware of what's going on in the set event.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That's why I said, like, for the major events that we were wanting to do, like the 5K. That one is gonna take town planning. We need
Well,
town.
keep in mind, we still haven't voted for that.
You wanna be
First, we
politically correct.
vote.
No, we voted on it. We voted yes to do it.
Well, we did.
Yes, we did. That's why we assigned Francisco here to create it. Yeah,
Yeah, we did it 2 meetings ago.
we did. Actually, 3 meetings ago.
Oh, sorry.
We voted
Yeah,
to do it. Everybody was in favor of doing it. And said it's a building project. So the next project is for him to come together with all the plans of what it can be, and then we submit those plans to the town council on a special meeting. And then they can approve it. I don't think it's gonna happen. He thinks it's gonna happen by this November.
No, I didn't say this November.
Okay, next November.
Next
right?
November,
So,
yeah,
it's like
no.
a year and a half to plan it. We're fine. That's an event where it's gonna take a lot of people to be involved with, and we're not the sole event planner of that event. I think we're gonna need to get another committee involved, and the mayor wants to be involved, and the mayor of Hialeah wants to be involved, and the county of maybe the county wants to be involved, so that's a thing where it's like, you can't just say, we're doing this.
Too many spoons in a bowl of soup.
Right.
Ahora sí.
I don't think that's.
All right,
gonna happen.
back to the pointed figure here. So then this penny with the twist for this year. I'm gonna take it off this list, and everybody recognize that it's when I submit this back to Gabby for the official records, it'll just be August, will be Gigi's cooking class. That's it, but that's 2023.
Now, is this something we should vote, or we just?
Just advising you, you'll vote on all the changes at the end. We're gonna do all of this, put everything in, and then we're gonna vote on the approved changes on the sheet here. I will type it up correctly and send it to her. That way, next week I can go to the board meeting, because our board, we're supposed to be on the town council. It's what you said, that document said that our reports do.
Yes, when I spoke to Claire, so she said you would go around September during the time of the budget workshop.
I thought we were supposed to go this month.
Yes, but they also, like, I guess they kind of made some changes that they can only have, like, I think 2 committees reporting.
Is it the first week of September? That should still give us enough time to be able to tell them that we're gonna do this art exhibit.
The second week. So I think it's the second Tuesday of the month.
And we wanted to do it towards the end of the month. Right?
Of October. I don't think we ever actually said I would. I think we just said.
October. Yeah, of course, it's the gala. We have the gala. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it. You can find the date. So then we still have another meeting that we can go finalize this stuff. So no, we don't have to make any immediate changes. I'll make.
But I think it needs to be submitted by a certain time frame.
Yes, it does. I will.
She'll find that out. All right, back to the events. Cooking class for August. Okay? And then if anyone knows of something that we were supposed to be doing and we didn't mention, we forgot it during our subcommittee, please let me know. September is the mayor's gala. We have a date now. It's September 23rd.
I wanna mention something. When we put like Gigi's cooking classes, should we put in parentheses like?
It's-
Donation, partner with, or,
It's under budget.
no, I understand, but like here in our event.
No, the event calendar this is us. This is for us to know what we're
This is
doing.
information of the events that we're having, not necessarily what, who, where, when.
Right,
It's
this
the
is just for us to keep track of what
So
we're doing.
So no one else is gonna see it other than us. But if
Well-
someone else is gonna see this, they might take it as, oh, the special needs advisory board is putting on cooking classes at Gigi's.
Correct. No, this one is for us to see because I'm making modifications for it. When I'm done with this, we'll be putting what you're asking for, like the details and all
Yeah, I
that in
think
here,
that's why we should
so
do
that
it.
she can add it to the website.
Because it could get confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's something, that someone else is gonna see, like, they're gonna be like, oh, so,
Would you like to be in charge of that?
um.
Would you- I'm serious. Would you,
But I mean, I think it's just a matter of just
Could you-
putting in parentheses, like,
could you do that?
since
for
you're
me?
doing the list, just
No.
add a few.
Everybody wants me to do them.
No, John, you said you were gonna do the list,
All right.
so it's just,
No, she means that if we submit this as the calendar for the website, that just say Gigi's cooking classes and no one.
we're supposed to give something to marketing.
Yeah,
Unless that's not, actually, I don't even think that should be on the calendar per se, because this
Correct.
isn't something that they should market.
that's what I was saying. This is really for us to be paying attention.
Yeah,
to.
so the only thing that should be
Operation-wise.
done when we, let's keep that in mind, when we're gonna submit this, like, to give it to marketing.
Submit a calendar event, not necessarily this calendar.
Exactly, but we need to make sure that Gigi's cooking class is not there,
Any of the events that we are.
that we're sponsoring or somehow.
They should only be us, if they are correct, our events and the events that we're a partner with, like the town events.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Okay, so on the subject of the committee report, so September 12th
okay.
is the date of the meeting. Everything is due September 1st.
Oh, good.
And our meetings the month, the sixth. Our normal meetings, right?
So it has to be
So it doesn't have to be
today,
today.
it has to be.
So we'll have to do it today. Okay, so again, this list is us. I will write a second list that's going to marketing, but that doesn't have anything to do with the town meeting. This is the one that we have to get approved for today. There were some things on here that I wasn't sure of and I needed your help with anyway. So, all right, back to the list. Gigi's cooking class is what we help with in August. September is the annual Mayor's Gala. That'll be on the September 23rd. I know Joseph's already reached out to all of us about having a
We
meeting.
have a Zoom tomorrow.
Yes, we have a Zoom tomorrow, so we'll take care of that. All right, October, we get a little bit more busy. We have a Halloween event with Little Angels. That's a donation and a participation. It's not just donations and participation. We have a table there. We give out our sensory toys. By putting this on here, it now gives us the chance to note that we need what we need for these events. I already know we need sensory toys.
Okay, important also to note is who will be going to these events. And
Town.
I know you want to just approve it towards the end, but I think we're talking about a lot of things at once. I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like, okay, depending on the choice, okay, it's not gonna happen. Like, this is like,
And who's gonna be working the events?
yeah, that's important because. We can't just say all of this is gonna happen and then the time comes and okay, who's gonna do it? Oh, no.
You want to go through that now?
I mean, I don't know, like from here to October, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work an event or not.
I can say I'm gonna be
It
there.
has to be-
I'm gonna be there, so I can
can't
help.
tell you right now if I'm gonna.
I got a better idea. We're gonna do what the radio station does. Every time we have events and they want to know who's gonna be the DJ, we have an Excel document with all the events on it, and then it points out talent. And then you put your name in if you want to be on it. So Gabby, we're gonna create an Excel document for the board that you can send us once a month. And we'll put our names down as we go along. So if there's one that you know right now, you can go on. When we get it done, you can put your name on it and then we know, okay, you're gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, right?
Yeah.
And then next month, Vivian sees that the Christmas event's coming up and her schedule looks fine, she can put her name down. And that way, when we come to our meetings, we'll be like, okay, can we look at the event calendar, the event planner? And she can say, well, what we have coming up is Halloween and Francisco's gonna be there, John's gonna be there. And Veterans Day Parade, Vivian and Jasenia have already said that they are gonna go for those events. Does that work? That way it's like a fluid thing.
I'm throwing it out there. That's for everyone to.
Does everybody like that
I feel
idea?
like I'm-
So it stays
Okay.
fluid.
I can tell the Halloween event, I will be there, because I'm gonna be,
Now,
okay.
we gotta get the budget thing done, otherwise we will be in trouble. So let me put that together and I'll send it to Gabby. Gabby, I think that's something you can email between us. We don't have to have a meeting or a vote on it, because we're just
Put your name on the.
to put our name on it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just, that way
To
it's,
make it a live document.
yeah, make it a live document and that way we can all edit it. So like, can you make it like a Google Doc or something? And that way you can always have access to it and we'll just access it. You can share it with us.
I will double check because this is an Outlook email.
Oh, it's Outlook.
You can make it and share it.
Right, don't worry about it until, because the October and our next meeting, September, who's gonna be able to do it type of thing.
Yeah, we all know we're going to the gala.
At least a month in advance.
Yeah, and
I
it's,
would almost say 2 months.
and the Halloween event is gonna be at basically the last weekend of the month, so it's gonna be, I think, the 24th, I think it is. So,
But what is important on there is not who was going, but what we need to have for it, because that needs to be in this budget. So what I said was Halloween event, we need sensory toys. A Gigi's golf event, I don't even think we're sponsoring that, are we? And you just told me to put it on there.
I put it there, so it's put it there, but I don't think
Larry
we're
sent it.
sponsoring it.
We
Yeah.
we did sponsor it last year, well, I don't know if finally we did, I know we voted on it. I
I think
don't
you
know
guys-
what ended up happening.
I think you guys did well, not the last one, but the one before that I was still on board with Gigi's, I think you guys did a yard sign, like a T sign.
Right.
That was,
We sponsored a whole. That's right.
It's, cause then there's the walk.
Yeah, we sponsored the walk already.
Hmm.
But the Gigi's,
I think it was a whole.
I mean, Clary's not here to give us prices. What do you guys want to do? You want to just skip it for this year? Because we need to know right now.
Let me see, well, let me check on their website, see if.
All right, we'll come back to that one. So the art fair and exhibit, Vivian, I know you suggested putting this together and we're really excited about it. I thought that you had written somewhere that there would be a budget for it, and I wasn't sure if it was, I thought it was $500. Is that right?
I mean, we haven't discussed it.
We haven't
No,
planned that.
it was not
Obviously,
priced.
you guys did it last
This
week.
is what we had last week, inclusive art exhibit.
Okay, we didn't have any numbers. I just got 500 nowhere.
We haven't discussed that event.
I know.
We had this at the subcommittee meeting, if anyone wants to, I don't know if you guys.
I just need to know a number so that we can put it on that budget so they can approve it. We can edit it, we can go higher, we can go lower, I don't care.
500 is good.
500 is good, okay.
Okay, their sponsorships. Drink station cooler, it's $450. Family sponsor is $400. Those are the two lowest sponsorships they have. They don't have the whole anyway,
Yeah, sponsor the whole.
no. They have drink station cooler sponsor for $150. Family sponsor for $100, and then they jump to Guardian for $250. Physical therapy sponsor $3,000. Occupational therapy sponsor $5,000, and
Yeah, I see, I can
Yeah.
go back down to the smaller one.
Golf event?
yeah, and that's cheap.
Drink station cooler sponsor,
That's a little golf cart that goes around selling the drinks.
that's pretty visible, don't you think? Do you guys want to sponsor the drink station cooler sponsor for Gigi's golf event?
Now, I don't know what the standard marketing is right now, because it doesn't say it here. Because it says standard marketing, open bar at the ballroom, 2 entries for dinner. So I don't know what the standard marketing is. So I'm guessing it's just gonna be social media.
And something on sticker on the golf cart, obviously.
Yeah, no, the drink station is they wrap
Is
the
the golf
cooler,
event at this course?
Pembroke Lake Golf Course. So it's out of town,
Previous years it was here.
yeah,
What do you think, guys? I don't think we can do that.
no,
We'll just have to cancel. We're not, well, not cancel. We won't sponsor that one, but we'll just notate it that it's happening in October. Okay, so we said 500 for our exhibit and fair. The Hope for Autism fashion show, Vivian, do they want a sponsorship from us for that?
Yeah. I mean, that's already included in the numbers I sent you.
Yeah.
So that Hope for Autism number was
It was the talent show, the fashion show and Christmas party.
that 3,500. Okay,
So it's 1,000 for each.
all right. I put down all of our workshops at $500. I figured that was a great number to be able to, if we have to pay for a special speaker, if we want to provide drinks and food, and for cleaning and whatever we need to put in there, I think that would work good. Does everybody agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a workshop in November. This November will be our first workshop back in a sink. And it'll go every other month. So this November, then January, then March, and so on. So we, at our next meeting, we'll plan out the November one. We'll get an idea of what we want to do with it. We'll see who we want to hire, and we'll make that one happen. But just notate that in your head. The Veterans Day Parade, do we ever have to put any money towards that, or do we just go?
We didn't.
We just, I think we just go.
Okay, Festival of Lights, that's gonna be another thing of the sensory toys, so. I'm assuming we'll need sensory toys for that.
Now, for that event, who's organizing it?
Well, it's the
The
town.
Can we, from now, ask to be put,
I had suggested something different. I don't know if you caught me. Giving Gators is putting together a kids center and in the event. So they've given them core place right in the center by the, I guess, the waterfall.
oh, we should be there then.
I want us to talk to Giving Gators and ask them if we can table up with them, put our table in there with them and help them give out kid stuff. So that we would be in the kids zone, we can give away sensory toys and more candy canes.
Yeah, because it makes more sense for us to be there, since we're special needs versus being all the way at the end of Main Street.
So is the town putting that event or the Graham companies? I don't.
Both, it's a co-event. The town supports it, the grand companies put money up for it because it's all their shops in their Main Street.
Cause I wanted to see if maybe the dance class could perform.
See why
Who
not.
would I contact for that? If we can charge of that event,
For the Festival of the Lights?
I don't remember her
Yeah.
name.
because I
Yeah.
know like different,
I'll send me her
Right,
name.
Which committee does?
Could
from
it be
schools, like bands
Andrea?
from school and
For
choruses
teaching?
from schools perform.
She's from the Grams.
I think Andrea is from the Grams is the lady that, I think
Oh,
that's.
I know.
Who puts it together? Grams or?
I think so. I'll double check. Let me see if I have the. email.
Cause I think that would be a great.
Yep, Andrea Graham.
Yes,
I know.
that's why you
Andrea.
know for the space.
Yeah, that's who worked with me last year when we put this together. So if you want to talk to Andrea about having Arts for Autism perform, that would be amazing. What do we need to do that?
For, to place us
Talk to-
right there.
And see,
Would it be a volunteer thing or would we need to put money towards that? Just curious. Volunteer?
no, I mean. No, they wear their, every time they perform, they wear their Arts for Autism t-shirts.
All right, I'm gonna change something here. I think what I'm gonna do is make that Festival of Lights budget a little higher. I'm gonna put, I've been putting for most of our events 250. I'm gonna make that one 5. So that we can get sensory
Yeah.
toys, candy canes, and let's get some water and snacks for the dancers. How about that?
Right, or in case they want like some accessories for like a costume, maybe like Santa hats or, you
Yes,
know, tutus, like I know they've done that before when they performed for Conclusion. The girls wore like tutus.
if 5 is good enough.
I think so. I
Okay.
mean, that stuff is not very expensive,
Okay,
you know, little Christmas accessories.
perfect. Okay, notate
Now,
your,
the sensory toys, I mean, it's a pretty long.
we're gonna do,
like,
we're gonna do, what I'm thinking here is what we're gonna do is we're gonna put down all the sensory toys throughout the year. And once I put them all together, we're gonna buy a Chinese pack of sensory toys
Yeah.
that we can get out at all events. That'll be part of our community awareness thing. The 250 that we're planning for our events are always from now on, should always go for food, drink, and any preparations we need. And if we don't spend it goes back into our life. And then the community awareness budget that we use for our awareness, we should use some of that to purchase the toys and stuff that we want to give away through the year. I had notated on here, maybe branded, so we could actually get like maybe set of spinners that are branded or whatever in our name, and then the gooey stuff that's cheap and whatever, just in general. We don't have the time to vote on it today to do it. At our next meeting, I could bring you some, you've researched it too. We could bring some ideas of the cost from Temu or these organizations, and we can place a large order of sensory items, and we could just pull from them like the water bottles and the bags. That sound like a good idea? Instead of going to Walmart and spending half our budget on it every time.
Yeah, it makes so much better.
That's
So
what I
much
thought
sense.
too. Okay,
It'd be great if we had our logo.
Yeah, so that's something that we can start planning, because we can get the cheap stuff right now and order it, wait for it to come in. And then in the meantime, we can start researching out of the journals, some way places for us to get our logo put on some of these things.
Most of those places will take out 2 to 3 weeks for delivery.
All right, also in November, I'm taking out number 4. That's supposed to be for next November. That won't be on that list. December, we have the Hope for Autism Christmas Party. And this was one of the things that we had suggested, Alexandra, Madeline, Vivian. Mrs. Claus book reading. The town does a book reading with Mrs. Claus. And what I wanted to do, and I put it on here, was I wanted to talk to the town about doing a session in their book reading session. One of the sessions be sensory friendly.
Okay, let me interrupt.
Hmm.
The town puts on Mrs. Claus book reading?
That's on their calendar events.
Well, that's different committees.
I don't know who did it then.
Cultural affairs.
Yeah, last year.
Cultural affairs.
So why do you ask that if you already know?
No, because he said the town, and I'm like, but we have
Oh.
one. So I didn't know there was two.
Okay, I was like, I think it's us.
Now that we know.
No, I didn't know there was two. I was like, wait a minute. I know we have one. The town has one?
You see, the town events doesn't tell us. That's something that should be recommended to
The
the
town
town.
is taking all
They
the
should say
glory.
what
Okay.
committees are helping to put these together.
All right,
We
good.
don't know.
The town is taking the glory for
Even
you
if it's
guys.
just
Oh, I thought
for.
there were two of them. I was like, wait a minute. Then
Oh,
we
it's just
have to do it.
department.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought you put it up on this.
I was like,
Why is that here?
All right, so the cultural affairs, you guys are doing this reading thing. So
A book reading.
if you wouldn't mind talking to them at your next meeting, let them know that we want to help put together in a sensory friendly one, whether it's an hour or if it's a session or however you guys normally, I don't know how you do your events. I just read it and saw that I thought this would be beautiful to let some students come in and sit and listen and the lights are off.
Right now, we're having problems with that event because the Main Street players can't give us the place. It happens to be the same day as the reindeer run, and we can't have two activities at the same day.
Why can't they change days? Why can't they change days?
We are trying to change days, but in order for the lady that does it is not available on the other days, no, never. If it's at Main Street, last time we checked, we're looking at Town Hall, and getting it down at Town Hall instead of Main Street Players or the farmer's market. But it's up to the lady, has to be available. Now, you're asking about a sensory one,
Yeah, well, I was, because
then you would have to find the
if I
person
remember,
that,
I don't know who to say.
it's not loud, the one that we had last year, and the one I attended last year, it's not loud, she comes up there. She doesn't really, she just reads a little, so does a little magic, simple magic and jokes around, and it's like about an hour.
So if we could book an hour for our special boards, our board to be a part of it. Where we could turn the lights off and just invite, we could set up I don't know. I just wanted us to do something.
Why can't we do it at the library?
Not enough room,
Oh,
not enough room.
So just,
We aim for
And I
50.
think it has to be a town location. Yes,
library is.
it's within the town, but it's not, it's Miami-Dade County Public School property, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, okay.
so what we would want to do is just dedicate that hour for those with special needs.
So an additional hour to our book talk.
Correct. And you could,
Okay, and so
anywhere you guys
I'd
want
be
to.
able to do it at the library.
So is it, I'm sorry, I've never attended one of the Mrs. Claus. So it's a group, it's not like one child comes and sits by her, it's like a group thing.
Yeah.
It, like when we did it at Main Street, she's in the front stage and everybody's sitting and watching it. Kids, adults in that little theater.
How many did you have last year in attendance?
We 54.
Wow, that was a good turnout.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of hijacked the farmer's market kids and
Hey, whatever
body
works.
school next door.
Okay,
Whatever,
that's good.
we have to do what, we sold out or not sold out, but the Eventbrite was booked. However,
People didn't show up.
always, so we go to the farmer's market, get those kids in. We go to the Pilates school next door, we got those kids in with their parents, of course.
Does she just read any type of book or is there a specific book?
It's just, whatever book she brings with her.
So if we could get a book that's like the special, like a special needs Christmas.
Again, you have to talk to the lady that does it.
Who's the lady?
I don't know how I can get you that information. I don't know.
So this is
Not my
on,
Ben.
this is on here as something that we want to do. If it gets canceled, it's no big deal, but as long as we put it on here, they know we're trying to do it. So what we
Right.
would be telling them is that we want to partner with the Cultural Affairs Committee to do an hour of sensory-friendly reading from Mrs. Claus.
In addition to
So what
the
you're
hour.
trying to do is the same day as they're having theirs, but have.
Can we just partner both, that she can do in a sensory type of reading?
No, because then you're, well,
It's inclusion, that's,
You, I
that's the key
gotta, I
word.
have to understand sensory. What do you mean by sensory? The book, she's up there, the lights are off because she's on the stage.
yeah, but if you can do it here in town hall, is it gonna be the same setup?
Don't know yet because we're having trouble with the location. I'm assuming if it's here, the lights are on automatically. Over
Okay.
there, the lights
okay.
are off.
We could do an inclusion thing. It was just our partnership there, being there, we need to be able to select some areas to give them space. Everyone, you know, instead of putting everybody in a row of chairs, those who are special needs would have their own space where they'd have two space, because if you put them all next together, they're gonna beat each other up. You know, you put my kids next to each other, they start fighting each other, and then the book reading is ruined. I don't want that. And if you want to do it as an inclusion event, I'm fine with that. So we could do it just for the hour you're already doing. We just help. You guys tell us if you need something from us, a number or something to do it. And coordination for us to come in and show where we can make the spaces. That would
If
be
they
fine.
figure out Main Street Player, what you're asking is not gonna be possible. That theater is small.
That's what I thought.
It's only 60 feet. if I'm not mistaken.
That's why I had suggested doing our own hour. So if we did our own hour, you'd have, you know, hour one and then hour two, and hour two would be for those with special needs. It's still open to anyone else, but the idea being that this is our board helping to put this part.
Right, but I'm saying, even if you do an hour of sensory at Main Street Player, it's not the setup, it's gonna be seat.
I know that, so if we marked off a spot where it's seat open for them, and it's not 50 people, it's 25. So we would be setting ourselves up, if it's 60, that's 30 seats. So we say we could put an invitation together, an Eventbrite for 30 seats. And it's hour two of the reading for our sensory friendly position. Would that be doable?
Again, it has to be up to that lady.
Okay.
And a location where you finally get, that's still in the works.
If not, I'll put on a Santa hat, on a Santa suit.
Yeah, shoot, I'll read it, fine. Either way, we'll do it. I'll be Mr. Claus. I'll be Santa himself. Ho, ho, ho. Okay. So that's the idea of what that one is, okay? Are we doing on time? Not good.
There's no meeting after us, but
Oh, good.
the meeting should end up.
So January, we have a workshop. February, we have the Valentine's Day Pain with a Twist and our participation in the Gigi's Gala. March, we have a workshop, the Miami Lakes Town Health Fair, and the Walk for Gigi's. That's when it's gonna be. It's gonna be in March. She told us that. April, we have the Hope for Autism Talent Show. We have the SNAB Walk and the Hope for Autism Resource Fair. Nope, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Arts for Autism. I put that wrong name in there. So I'll fix that. Arts for Autism Resource Fair, which that's the one that we co-work.
Yeah.
Now, is it just a donation that we do, or do we participate too?
No, it was
Wherever
not
table.
Okay. Table.
Yeah, we buy like the decorations and some food. I put, I think $500 on the paper. Is that?
Yeah, I see that here.
Yes.
Resource fair is 500. Okay, good. What did we do anything for SFAX? We didn't donate, we just came with a table, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we did give out items. though.
Items, which will be part of our sensory budget.
Yeah.
Okay, May is a workshop and the awards of excellence. June is another one of my ideas. Okay, so for those of you who weren't here, we have nothing going on in June. Summer camp is just either starting or not started yet, and people may either be in a summer camp or not. So I had this great idea. Let's go to the Cobb Theater, or I don't think they're called Cobb anymore.
CMX.
CMX. Let's partner with them to do a movie a week.
Who's it?
So I don't know, this is a tentative idea. I don't know what it's gonna cost us. I don't know what we're gonna have to do to make it happen, but the idea was. Just like they do with our summer camp at at SFAX, they go once a week to go see a movie.
They already during the summertime, they have like the matinee showing. It's free or $2.50.
But like for the camps and stuff, it's free, I think on Tuesdays.
But during the daytime and every day, it's like in the morning time, it's like $2, $2.50 or $5.
So the idea being if it's Tuesdays that they do the camp things, we would have them reserve one theater for our board. And we'll pick a movie, we'll put it on, we'll promote it, and we'll invite everyone in town that has a special, with special needs to come. Join us for the special needs summer movie series, and we'll do one week for the whole month of June. Everybody like that idea?
I think one a week is too much.
Well,
I think we should start with one. And see how it goes. I'm speaking from experience because. Like Hope for Autism, we've done 2 movies. And they're not easy to deal with. Their communication, and I know Gigi's have done a movie over there too, and they've had a problem. With communicating, so I think we should just try.
just
once
one
and-
big one then.
Yeah, and
So
see
we-
how many people come, like, I don't wanna. Plan
Okay.
something every week, and if we do the first one and like,
And then,
people show up and. Then we're not doing all the other ones.
okay, I'm fine with that. So we'll just do one movie. We'll partner up with them to do the movie. We can pick a time. It doesn't have to be during the day then. We could just pick any time. We could do an evening showing if we wanted to, or an afternoon or whatever. And then we could also maybe cover, I don't know, the first 50 popcorns or something. Make it fun. And we'll just plan it out. We'll put it on, we won't be promoting it in June. In April, we'll be promoting it January on up, like, don't miss this, put it on your calendar. And so on, so that we have a big showing for it when we get to June. And I don't know,
You just first need to make sure to call the theater and get all the information, so we can.
so this is an event that's gonna be on our list to do. That's why I put it under the future projects and considerations. It does not have a budget yet, because we have to put that together, just like the inclusion, just like the playground. We're still waiting for the dojo, so that one's not done yet either, and the. Mrs.
Some
Claus.
information. Well, Gabby. Because he didn't copy me.
Oh, wrong.
Oh, I sent him another one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if he responded to yours, so then I just.
No,
Okay, so is everybody cool with that?
sounds good. I like it too.
All right, then back in
I
July,
agree with you, John. It was a great idea.
thank you. In July, we have the workshop, we have the 4th of July event, that one will be partnering with Cultural Affairs again. And then back to school session, so what I had put down there was that this is a thought, it doesn't have to happen. But everybody has a back to school event, and ours, the Giving Gators did one this year, and all we did was put flyers in. If you want to participate in that kind of a thing, we could pick one that's in the town, or if Giving Gators does it in the town again. Well, maybe we should add something more than just a flyer. I don't know. This is what I thought would be great for those little branded spinners. They could say SNAB on them, or a bottle, water bottles, people can drink something more than a flyer.
That event with backpacks and it had individual stuff inside of it.
Right.
My only issue with that is that most of the people receiving those things are not, either not from Miami Lakes and not special needs. So I feel like we're, right, so I feel like we're.
Do you guys want
Not
to?
wasting.
It's
because,
wasting.
If they need it, but.
But it's hard on some.
Special needs, I feel like we can find another event or something else where, we can narrow down to that population, which is what we're supposed to know.
Let's do that.
Something I had mentioned was, instead of doing it with the event that they do, is maybe when we have a resource fair, maybe doing something that day, like not necessarily a back to school, but like something like that, because we know that the people that are gonna be going, they're gonna be signing up, it's a resource fair, special needs, so we're
can
there
do-
with our table,
We could do
so.
a care package. I mean, we could do a care package to give away
We
like,
could also like target, the kids from the dance club.
Hello.
We could also target like the kids from the dance class. That's like 45 kids that for sure have special needs. Some of them are in the town, some are not, but they do have special needs, and maybe we could do like something for them, like
What,
Put together a package.
giveaway or, you know.
what about also, we can reach out to all the town's agencies. Meraki, Kids Space, Little Angels, people that, agencies that are in the town that mostly deal with kids that are from the town. And do an event with them. So they can, for their patients.
That was my other suggestion, was we could do our own back to school. We could pick a place and.
We can go to Kids Space one day and the kids that come in, we give them the backpacks, then we go to Meraki the next day.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not going to
but-
their places.
Yeah, and not just that, remember, they're not, they are for profit, so it works very different.
I would suggest putting a flyer at all their locations that we're doing a back to school event so that all the parents can see it. And then we would host it somewhere centrally, like maybe at the park or something, where we would just hand out bags of our own.
But it's kind of the same thing as the Giving Gators, so we differently doing it on a different date, because who's gonna show up for it?
They're for profit, but they are.
The people we're doing it for, we're announcing it for people with special needs.
But you know that,
But
you
they're-
know, other people are gonna show up too, so it's gonna be like, oh, wait, you don't have, or you do, or like, I don't know. I think that gets a little bit, and regarding the resource fair, we are having a resource fair, so I don't know if something we could do is for that day. Those agencies that you're saying.
Yeah, they're all
We could
invited.
tell them to go that day, because we are
Yeah.
having a resource fair, because then we'll be having 2 resource fairs in the year. I don't know how.
I like your idea better. I'm scratching it off. We're not doing back to school. What we'll do is we'll do care packages and our resource fair. Let's
And
put
there's
together
different
50 care
rooms,
packages.
because it's done in Mary Collins, so let's say we have a lot of people that come out, if you've been to the health fair. The health fair, you know, if need be, we can even put people outside if it gets that big,
Yeah,
you know,
that
so
sounds
this
good.
is something that we can definitely grow it. You know, and then it'll be for special needs, and then it's I think it's better to do one big resource fair than have
I agree.
2 smaller ones that people might not go to, especially if they went to the first one, they might be like, I already went to the first one. And something that helps with the one in April is that at least we know that the people that are signing up for the dance class, they're gonna be there.
I'm
and
gonna
then
make a
plus-
modification then. I suggest we change that from 500 to $1,000 for our resource fair.
Yeah,
We
I think
we
that
should
sounds
Go out
better.
and we should invite people. And remember, we put down 1,000, but if we sell some sponsorships, if we sell those people to come to the event, that cuts that number. We can take those sponsorships, put that money in that budget. And then we covered some of the money in the spend.
And I think something very important when it comes to the resource fair is the marketing of it. We need to start it earlier.
Yeah.
Because then that'll also help us get more people to come with their tables, like, oh, you know, we're already marketing this, they're seeing it already, you know. Getting some traction, and then I think that'll definitely help, and also so we can have a bigger crowd too.
Very good.
So
All
we're
right.
not just saying, oh, Arts for Autism, we're saying our special needs advisory board, you know.
All right, so we'll get rid of that. That on there. We'll be doing it at the resource fair. I love it. Thank you. That's good work. Gigi's cooking classes, the inclusive painting with a twist is there in August. That's the one that we're gonna do. That's inclusive, because we said we were gonna do one that was. Like our Valentine's Day one is closed. The inclusive one, all it's gonna be is we're gonna rent both spots. That's my thought. Because they have that room here and they have that room on the other side. We could rent both sides, do 2 different paintings, and you can have both rooms open so people can choose which one they want to go to. Special need or not special need, doesn't matter, but we rented out the whole studio.
I don't think we should let them choose. I think it should just kind of,
Go as first come first served.
yeah, I think. Cause then, I don't know.
But either way, the idea is it's open to everybody.
Yeah.
So, the first thing we'll do is we'll do the announcement to our groups of special needs people so that they can register, and then we'll open it up to the public. Because last time we opened it up to the public, everybody signed up in minutes.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We gotta make sure that everybody gets a chance to get in, so.
And are we doing it completely free? Are we having them pay something just so that we know that they're coming out? Cause we had mentioned that before. I don't know if that's something that we're gonna wanna do or not.
I think What do we do for Valentine's Day? We pay for it, don't
That one we
With
did completely free, but I'm just wondering if we open it up like that, you know, sometimes people sign up and.
we? We could charge a $5 fee for anyone that comes. We could do $5. We'll still
I
pay
mean,
the
it-
difference,
it's
but
still
it's $5
far, so we don't-
something.
I guess we'll talk specifics later.
And it doesn't matter
Yes.
because it doesn't affect the budget anyway.
I'm sorry.
All right, you're good. In September, we have a workshop, the gala, October, the Halloween event, and the art fair that we're gonna do for year 2. November, we have a workshop, the Veterans Parade, the Festival of Lights. That is the planned mayor's 5K. I have it in here. Remember, it has no budget. It's not gonna have one because it takes a long time to do it, and that's a tentative date.
And where are we calling it, mayors, I think.
Oh, that's for us, maternal. It's the battle of mayors. Bobo and Sid are gonna race against each other.
A
That's,
joint venture.
that gets us the publicity we need to get people to come. And then at the end of, remember, at the end of it, it's gonna end at Amelia Earhart. And we're gonna have a festival. We're gonna have booths, we're gonna invite vendors, we're gonna have food trucks. It's gonna be fun. So it's a kickoff here, run down to there. Who wins? Who knows? We're gonna give away awards. We're gonna give away things to people that have been involved in our community that in some special needs, you know, whatever. Someone did something amazing, we want to acknowledge them on the stage, etc. So this should be our fun event. This should be our 4th of July event kind of.
But how would that benefit the board? Like it's just,
We're putting all the town's people together to come out and be a part of this. So all the parents that are going to be a part of this get a chance to see anyone that's in our town. We're going to sell the sponsorships and the booth things. So we're going to repay for that.
Why don't we? Well,
Not free. The booth spaces aren't free for this event. We're going to sell the booth spaces. So if Kid Space wants to be there, if Giving Gators wants to be there, then the booth space coverage costs that recuperates it, and it gives this huge event that is going to get publicity everywhere that we're doing this inclusion run. It's going to be an inclusion run. That's what it was called, inclusion run, not mayor's run. But the mayors are participating in it, so we're putting ourselves on the spotlight. Hopefully, we can get some more funding out of it. Some sponsorships from major companies or something. Which we have something to talk about that when we see tomorrow, on our Zoom meeting, by the way.
The reindeer run, that's done when? In December?
I think so.
Wouldn't it be too close one to the other?
Was his suggestion. He said there was nothing in November.
there was nothing in November, but. If we do it before and they wanna compete again also in the reindeer run. A lot of people that compete in those 5Ks, they don't care if they do one a month or 2 a month.
They do one every weekend.
They'll do one, yeah, they'll do one every week if you let them.
And we're talking about early November anyway, so you're pretty far away from the reindeer. Reindeer runs towards the end of December. Anyway, it's still tentative.
Because I'm thinking not only are they close, but also when it comes to the marketing of it. I don't know.
Or before them, so.
Actually, we have a better shot then. Again, there's a lot of logistics for this to come together. So it may happen, it may not happen, maybe we just become a second part of it. They may say, well, this needs to be done by Parks and Rec, and they might take it over. I don't know.
oh yeah, that's for sure. We're not,
Is it supposed to
We
start
can't.
here and then? later on?
Yeah,
we can't run that.
Bobo had suggested when I had the meeting with him,
Okay.
that we started at Optimus Park.
I can try.
And then we were gonna run down Miami Lakes Drive, to
Freebie.
to Miami. I'm sorry, not Miami Lakes. We're gonna run
yeah.
down,
6, 7.
no, what is this one over here? This one over here,
Lakeway.
Lakeway. All the way to the business complex, run down the business complex, down those 2 roads into Hialeah, down those 2 roads down to Amelia Earhart. It's just under 5.
The one that's on.
I like better, yeah, but I like better the other part, the one where Gigi's walking.
McDonald's Park.
McDonald's. That's just dancing, just right after HML.
Well, the ending isn't really set in stone, because Miami-Dade County would have to then participate, and we were gonna ask them to be a part of it. We don't have to, we could end it in the park in Hialeah.
Now, I will say though, Amelia Earhart is huge. So
Yeah.
if you wanna do something big, cause McDonald's Park is not really Yeah, it's not, like, if you wanna do like a.
Some of the
table.
companies that are in town have mentioned this, they mentioned it to him, they mentioned it to me, that they wanted to do a fair, a real fair, where they had pies and popcorn.
But now if we do it in Hialeah, how,
That was the idea of doing it in Amelia Earhart, because it was big, it's the county, it's not Hialeah, it's not Miami Lakes. It's the two cities come together in one spot. Miami-Dade provides police activity, Miami-Dade provides the space,
what if we finish it at veterans?
and then we wouldn't go into Hialeah,
And the point is to go into.
because they want to partner in it too, they want to put money towards it, they want to sponsor it as
Or
well.
what if we start in Hialeah and end it in veterans?
And we could do that, we could do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we table that one because we're running out of time? And
Over here at the time.
it helps,
The
She just wants to go
bookkeeper,
home.
but that's still a year away.
Yeah, it is.
That's still
yeah,
not even. the
but a year
plan-
flies
plan
by.
station.
Well, okay, yeah, we shouldn't be talking about that, you're right. Okay, so that's a general concept, and then December looks like this, all right.
Well, that's a big thing. It needs to be.
Yeah.
talked about, like, where,
That's what I say, it needs to be its own subcommittee, it needs to be.
Usually
multiple
something like
meetings.
this needs to get planned at least a year.
a year in advance.
We're not even that year yet, so we're good. We're in August still. Thank God.
A year and 2 months.
All right, I need your guys' help on budget numbers, okay? And I'll need your help too, because you'll have some of these numbers, I don't have them.
Okay.
I have down here under community awareness, which is our marketing budget. Numbers that we need, I need to know what we spent on flyers for us, flyers for the special needs sensory program. The water bottles, the bags, and then a number for our sensory folks. I just kind of need to know what you spent on those, and I can tally them in here. What? I had more of these.
Is it this?
Did I move them over there? Oh, they're right here. No, did they not? Yeah, I think that was mine. Thanks. I just put it over here.
Okay, flyers.
AC graphic, 555.
That one, I believe, was like the big paper flyer and then the smaller one.
So it's combined.
Yeah.
That was the special needs,
I can tell you the price for each different size flyer.
no, that's fine, because that was just for the safety program, well, the
Yeah,
registry.
okay. If we can get the breakdown,
Yes, it says community awareness. On one of them, there's 3, there's training,
okay,
social and recreation, and community awareness.
Okay, so
555.
it's not gonna be in here because it was last year's budget, that's what it was. I was trying to figure out how much we spent on our personal flyers, which were those little 3x5 cards, but
Okay, I can find out.
if you could find that,
Do you know around when it was?
no, I do not. Do you remember?
what
When
part?
did we order, Vivian, when did we order those little 3x5 cards? Was it last year or was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Don't worry about it.
So 3 by 5, let's say the special needs advisory board.
Don't worry about that.
Yes,
We're gonna put that down. If it's $555 for the ones that we ordered before, that's fine, because that's the special needs sensory program. I'm just gonna put a budget of 500 for our personal flyers. These will be for promotional of our events.
Okay, are we going through this?
Yes.
Where are we right now?
On the
Community
budgets,
awareness.
on the community awareness budget.
Okay,
Do you know how much we spent on the bags?
Yes.
You have 2 different items for flyers.
Yeah.
So which one's 500?
500 SNAB
Overall.
flyers.
No.
And the SNSP is special needs safety program. That was 555.
Where are you looking at the two prices?
The report.
She's
Oh.
giving us. That-
I'm glad that we have the ability to break this down.
Okay, the bags that we did right now, those were 466 cents.
$400.66.
Yes, I will double check right now.
How many bags were those?
250, I think.
I think so.
Does anyone remember?
Remember how we-
No, none of you would remember, only Jesse or Vivian would remember. Do you guys remember how much you spent on the order for the water bottles when you ordered them? Roughly, like $400, $500 maybe?
Didn't you just order some more?
We haven't ordered them yet.
It's to put a price, so we can kind of know what our budget. I don't recall.
So if I put 500, that would be fine. If we have to adjust it, we adjust it. I'm just gonna put 5.
I got a, hold on, I got a quote for water bottles the other day.
Can it be on the box? Written on the box?
No, it'd be in an invoice if it was in the box.
So how much did you put down for bags?
Bags was $400.66.
So that was 150.
Oh, but
There's 250, right? So that's what we've spent so far. So we would probably need to buy,
you know what?
we don't need to buy another. And I have boxes, I have a whole box full of bonus bags. We only gave away 25 bags.
So that thing are covered for the whole year?
I don't know. if they have-
No, but we have another report
You know,
to council in
What?
March.
So those are 200 bags, not 250.
200?
200.
Even less.
So in.
They need all this detail,
They wanted it. That's what he was telling us.
but even like for marketing, like you can't just. You know, like I
What do
understand,
you guys do?
We have lump sum.
yeah,
We have lump sum community awareness, 5,000.
Okay, so then I don't need to break this down.
Ours is different. Ours is actual events, then breaking down. Each event has its own little line.
And we have an event and then we take from our stuff to the event.
Right.
That's why it
Yeah.
has to be broken down.
which is one of the things we tried to do at the subcommittee meeting, but it was just,
It doesn't, it became convoluted because then we had all this expense in different
Yes.
places.
yes.
So we needed to
See,
break it down.
this is. That's the cultural affairs. Each event has its own budget.
Yeah, see, I can't follow that. That'd drive me crazy.
Actually, it's easier for us. Because each event has, let's say, if this event has, 4th of July has 11,000. We just know we have 11,000 for this event, but
Right,
our
but you
events
don't
are
have to put, like,
events.
1,000 of those dollars is for drinks, 1,000
Correct.
of those dollars is for this.
Ours is 11,000,
Right.
but this
Right.
event. However, the way you guys have it here, you don't have individual events like our events.
Well, we do.
Some of them we do, but we do other things that are not events.
Right.
For
Right.
You
example,
guys lump it.
So that's
Right.
why we have to have them separated like this.
One of the things,
Yes,
so
but
with
we have
them, they
those
do
stuff.
really big events too. Like the,
It doesn't, it's okay, Vivian. I don't mind breaking it down this way. And it doesn't matter.
like would we do like painting with a twist, would we do that and like? Put a
Painting with a twist,
specific
it's
budget
right,
for
it
it?
does, it's right there. Painting with a twist has a $1,500 times 2 because we did 2 events.
And then it's 3,000.
And that's, and if we go over, then we just vote on going over. That's what Carousel told me. We go over on anything we do, we just vote to add more money to it. That's what she told me. I was there.
If you have enough in the line item, yes.
Yes, which we always do. We don't spend anything over the line items we have. And then plus, we're gonna be getting a gigantic check here in November that's gonna make all these numbers irrelevant. From our gala, which I think we have already may have secured a $25,000 sponsor for the gala. We've already beaten our record without even starting. So, no, I wouldn't worry about it. Just put down numbers so they can see what we've been spending. That's all they want to see is, what are you spending your money on? They want to see, so that when someone asks them, what is the special needs board doing with all that donated money? Oh, well, spend $1,000 in sensory toys for kids in the community, you know, like that. So, as far as bags is concerned, I don't think we need to buy any more for a while, and the next meeting we would go to the council, we would just add more to it. So I'm gonna just leave it like that for now.
The 466.
Yeah, the 466.
It was actually, they added tax here, so really it was, you can put 380.
Okay, 380.
Or should we just put the 466, because that's what we ended up paying?
Yeah, but
No,
they gave back,
Oh, they get it back.
yeah.
Got it,
Yeah,
okay, I didn't know we got
when
it
we
back.
order or the town orders, it has to be with a tax certificate.
380, you said? 380 what?
380.
Oh, flat.
Yeah,
Okay, can I make a suggestion? Do we have to make it exact? Everything's gonna change.
No, we don't have to make it exact. I don't think so.
then if you wanna just put like
500.
500.
500.
Yeah, just make everything-
500.
500 for the bags, 500 for the water bottles, 500 for the flyers. 500 for the flyers, and then sensory toys. That's 105, that's 200, that's $2,000. You want to spend $2,000 in sensory toys, $1,000 in sensory toys, what do you suggest? We gotta give away a lot of sensory toys. So we can buy a huge bulk of it, that's a really good deal.
The more we buy, the cheaper it will be.
And I have the space for it, I've actually built shelves in my garage for all of our stuff. So. If you want, we could buy $1,000 worth of sensory toys, and we can always add another part of it next year.
Well, this number that's on the top, the 4,843.
That's that budget for that line.
Okay, then I would just assign 500 and then to each thing except whatever's left over, assign it to sensory toys.
Okay, so then 1,000, 2,000, so then we would assign,
Okay, I'm confused. Forgive
Yes.
me. Community awareness. This is how much we spent. Am I correct?
What you spent,
We gave out 10,598. Am I correct? Community awareness.
4,843.
No,
No, that's
Look,
what's left over.
over here.
Yeah, no, the budget.
Look over here.
Which one's that one?
Community awareness.
yeah, $10,598.
Yes,
There's 8,000 to 1.
yes. So
What's that 8,000?
that's $10,000. It's not matching this 5,000,
Which
whatever.
is not what they have on the list here, they have $4,843.43, or what's remaining right now in that budget. I don't know where that $8,000 check came from, or why it's even there. What, when we spend $8,000?
it says April something, but
When did we spend $10,000?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever spent that much on anything.
No, for that we need probably permission
Okay.
from the Oinkawa.
According to this thing, the one you're showing, this one. The 8,856 is the revised budget, which we actually used 4,000 and we have left over 48. So
Gotcha,
8,856 is what they allocated supposedly according to what I'm looking at for community awareness item.
and I put down on our current budget, I went by the available numbers,
Right,
so what's left? So 4,843 is what's left in community awareness.
correct, but the original budget is 8,856.
Right, which we don't have to worry about that, right? Because that's irrelevant. We go to the town council with what's left, not with what we had
Yeah.
before we spent it.
What do you mean you're going to, well, what's left?
When
Yeah,
I,
to show them what we're gonna spend our budget, the budget we have right now. to
correct,
Show them what we're gonna spend their money on.
But isn't this budget that we're presenting is for 23, 24?
Yeah.
So. I'm getting lost here.
that was 23, 20, 22, 23 budget,
Right, and we have a balance of 4,843,
correct.
but that's necessarily. So you're saying is what we're carrying over. Is 4,883, even though we only spent 4,012?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have like
and-
4,000 left.
And we expect to spend in this, and I,
So we're budgeting less money for community awareness than we did last year.
for now, until we get our next.
This is for the events, the giveaways and the marketing material.
She's right, we're budgeting less money because we have less money to budget, because usually we budget in the beginning of the year, not in the middle of the year. We've always done the beginning of the year until they decided to mess up everything we had.
But I understand where she's coming from, because like, for example, if we got our budget through the town, we would have to show, we're gonna spend $8,000 for marketing, so we would have to do our budget, like asking for those 8,000. I don't know if,
That's correct, but we're not asking for anything, we have our own budget.
no, of course, but like, because our budget works different, I think that's why it gets maybe.
Yeah, it's confusing
A
because
little
ours,
Because we don't know how much we're gonna have.
And I'm not gonna get $120,000.
Exactly.
We don't know how much money to count on.
so we
We
have. to
can only
budget based
count on this
what-
money that's left over.
If we got nothing from the mayor's gala, we would be finished in a year. With this budget, we'd be done. We'd be
Yeah,
out of money.
and so we're getting what, $25,000 hopefully?
Hopefully a lot more than that. Usually we come around 20 to 25,000 in the gala, and if everything worked out, we got a corporate sponsor this year that should allow us to get 25, and anything over would be. On top of what we normally make. So yeah, our budget's different because we don't have a set number that we get per year from the
So-
government. We get what we get.
So we have to put in 48, 43, 43. Can't it just be 5,000?
Nope. If I put 5,000, then that's more money than we actually have. We don't know that we're gonna have that.
But this is for next year's budget.
But we don't know if we're gonna have it. We can't say that
We have to
something.
plan with what we have at the moment.
It's like, think of your bank account. It's, we're planning on based on what you got left in there without getting paid again.
Hey, listen, I would love to plan to have it in the house with what I have on my bank account right now,
But then you also wonder, okay, so we're gonna get all this money in,
Then when we go to
but
the
they see
council,
it as, okay, like, what are you gonna spend it on when you already?
when we go to council for our next report, that money then shows up again and we have to allocate it into all those. So those
And then
budgets
we'll
would
do
be-
this again, and then just show what we're gonna,
so we do basically 2 budgets a year.
that sounds.
This time, no, this time we're gonna do this budget in the beginning of the year and not be, we're not gonna come back for it again. We're just gonna show what we've spent so far.
What we should do is when we do a report, we should ask the council to consider, us doing our budget after we get the money. Because it's hard for us to do our budget now when we don't know how much we're gonna get.
Yeah.
We can't play with imaginary money. It's not Monopoly.
Yeah.
Like, can we please, have a schedule for us? Because we don't get that money until really not November.
Not even technically, because it's once it rolls over at the beginning of the year, which was one of the most confusing things this year.
That's right.
Right.
We get
I
it
forgot about
once
that.
she does the budgets and all of that. So really, we didn't get our money until like
March,
February, I believe it was, or March.
March,
I think so.
Yes.
So it's like, how are we supposed to plan when we don't know how much we're getting?
our physical budget then should end in March. It should be every March when the numbers renew. That's what it should be. Now, we're only doing this.
For
because
them
they
to
made it
allow us to have, I guess, the 2 budgets, if that's something that, because one of the things that happens, because you're closing out their fiscal year. They might want us to do this now anyways, but then again, if we do it at the beginning, that makes more sense, it does.
Yeah,
But I don't know if that's something that,
What I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna, in every category, I'm leaving money behind. Cause that's what we do. We don't have
Yeah.
to spend our budget.
Okay, so my understanding, this one, our balance right now is 49,672.
Correct.
So this budget should be close to 49,672.
It is, exactly. All those top numbers there, the 4,000, the 20,000, the 10,000, the 4,000, the 10,000
they're all
equals
here
49.
on the community report is here.
Right, but this is not using it all up.
What do you mean it's not used?
Well, we're.
Because like right now, community programs. Out of the 20,000, we only are putting down 8,000 that we're using of it. So
Correct.
we're gonna have leftover.
Exactly. We're supposed to. And on top of that, when we add more programs, then it's gonna get lower. And that budget was the original planned budget, which clearly nobody has spent money out of. We have to get that fixed. I had
The
to.
money
move-
was taken out from somewhere else.
Right, and I moved the 9,330 that they gave back to us. I moved that into social and recreational events because someone's been taking all the money out of social recreation. So,
But we were looking at it, we're like.
I mean, I can have this conversation with the council if they want to say, well, guys, look at this. This is a mess. The whole thing's a mess. This is not how we budget. You guys made us start budgeting, which is fine. But the problem is that now we're putting budgets together on things that don't exist and that do exist, and we don't even know if we're gonna get money or not. It's kind of just
So
painful.
I'm with Vivian, why are we having to break it down if we have the lump sum amount?
Because Josh Diegas said he wanted to know where we're spending our money, and please give us a breakdown of everything we're doing.
You think we want
In order for us to have,
But can we just
Gabby,
have
pay
the
by the
item without the
Right.
money, like,
Yeah,
how it's already done, but without,
no, that's what she said we can't do. She said we had to be specific about what we're doing. They need to know what events we're doing, how much we're putting the money towards, where we're spending the money at. That's why I broke it down so doggone difficult, because I wanted them to see every little bit that we're doing and how difficult it is for us to explain.
yeah, but I think with just the item without. The actual amount is fine, like
I think like the events, yes, but like all these items, like for us to figure out like.
How about this? Community awareness, 48, 43, 43. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items divided by 5 is 968 in each item, each line.
And that's what I had said, except like the sensory toys,
Needs to
that
be
is
larger.
a lot more money. So I would put like,
I put 25.
right, and then divide whatever's left over.
500?
2,500 for sensory toys, 500 for bags, 500 for water bottles, 500 for flyers, 500 for the other flyers.
So what is that total?
That should give us just under 48. Should be,
23, 44,
4,500.
yeah,
22, 3, 4 divided by
Because we put 500.
585,
500 for
85,
what?
what?
585, 85 for each other of the 4 remaining items.
No, but what they're saying is,
We don't have. to-
what the amounts that we had said before, to leave it like that, and then, except for the sensory toys. And then whatever's left over after adding up the other ones, subtract it from the total and then put all of that towards the sensory toys, so. The
Yeah, but
flyers we also said,
I'm confused. Why do we have to drain the account? Why don't we just leave it there? The money stays.
oh, I don't know, I'm just.
We don't
I'm
have
fine
to,
with
we've
what-
been told, Manny told us not to spend all of our money every month. When we started the group, he said, I want you to keep some money in your accounts because you might have other projects that you need to spend money on. You only get paid from the mayor's gala, that's it. So if we spend all of our money and they don't raise the money or they quit the gala,
This is on paper.
well, I'm just saying, there's no reason to spend it all.
They want us to
Okay,
show.
this is kind of.
The government, if we were, if
I
we were,
know, like, this is so confusing.
if we were getting money from the city. Then every dollar has to be accounted for and we have to spend every dollar we have, or they would take that budget away. That's how government works.
Mhm.
Our budget is a donation. The only thing that we're getting from the city is they're paying Gabby's salary now, so we're not paying it, so we have the money from our board to spend on something else.
So they don't really want to know detailed of what we're spending the money.
They want to know how much we're gonna spend, that's it. Like, what are you buying and what are you kind of spending on it? So
Well,
like,
then,
an
I
average
think what. Alexander was saying about not putting then a specific amount for each thing. Or is that something that we are supposed to? Do you know?
my understanding was to do it
Like
as much as
before-
possible.
I'm thinking,
Vivian, before we used to do the report to council, did you break it down like this?
No, we
Or
never
how
did.
would? Cause
We
I'm
told them
wondering,
that this-
if
Write
by,
it down by the, the 5 buckets.
cause I'm wondering if by doing this, we're opening up a can of worms, like, okay, we're spending it on this, oh, and why do you need this, and why do you, I don't know, I just feel like it might. Or
Then
we only need really 3,000, why do you have 4,000?
well, and if they said that to me, and my response would be, it doesn't matter whether 3,000 or 4,000, it's our decision, it's our money. It's not that.
No,
our
of
money.
course, it's just future, thinking in the future. If for whatever reason the gala doesn't happen anymore and we do go before them to ask for something, then I don't know.
I don't know what to say either. I'm just trying to break it down based off of what Josh, what Gabby and what that gal from finance told us that we needed to do, and Clarisol told us we needed to do. Because before they just started paying for Gabby's salary, we never had to do any of this. But now, the council members said, we will approve your previous report, with the exception that you need to come back to us with a detailed list of what you do and how much you spend.
But what I think they meant, and
He said, you need
Correct
to
me
have
if I'm wrong.
budgets like everybody else.
it's having like here, this more detailed, that maybe not as detailed as the cultural affairs, but more detailed. So they know, like. That's what I understood we needed, more than a detail like this much of where each,
Clarisol said, and under every line item, there would be items of what we've spent, where we spend it.
yeah, but I don't know if it needs to be
Specifically-
this specific though. You
Like
know what I mean?
The
Like,
donations, we have to tell them every single donation we give, period. They want to know every donation we're giving and how much we're giving, even though it's our money to donate.
Okay, so I was looking at the messages from last time that I had with Melissa. So it's like, for example, social and recreation, let's say that would include Gigi's Walk and Painting with a Twist. So you would need to say how much, like, for example, maybe Gigi's is $1,000 and then Painting with a Twist is $500. So the council wants to know what the funds are going towards, and any donations that you want to give to another organization, you have to advise the council.
okay,
But
but
that
like,
makes sense
for
for
example,
events.
this, like these items. Can we just put like a more general for these items instead of each thing individualized?
That's fine. You want me to break it down into, okay, here, why don't we do this then?
I don't know what
Toys,
everyone thinks, like,
Toys,
is,
and whatever the items, whatever we call items, and then marketing materials. We can make marketing materials and toys. That's 2 items,
We just call it giveaways,
okay, giveaways.
because they'll be like, why are you buying toys?
Giveaways and marketing expenses. Fair? Marketing expense then is 500,000, 2,000, and giveaways are 2,500. That work for you?
I mean, if they ask.
No one's telling me
If
anything.
they ask more detail, we can tell them, yeah, we have bags, we have water bottles, we give out sensory items and, we can explain to them there, but I don't think they want, And no other, if they want us to do it like every other committee, I'm telling you right now, no other committee does this to this detail.
yeah, because even when they do like the 4th of July, they don't say, no, we're using this, we're using that, it's just. Our budget is 11,000 for 4th of July, so that's why I'm saying, I don't know to what extent we need to break.
All right.
Yeah, like it makes sense to break it down for social and recreational, but not for anything else.
Well, programs.
Or donations.
And donations.
Donations, right,
I didn't break down the workshops because I did them ×6.
exactly, the workshops, I don't think it should be broken down, I think that's perfect.
So then we'll just do giveaways 2,500 and marketing materials 2,000.
If anything, you can just specify marketing materials, flyers, if you need like to promote something. Yeah, exactly.
Promotional items,
Promotional items.
Just so they know, because it's like, well, what would that include? Just if
exactly,
they want more
Yes,
detail, which they usually want a lot of detail. So as long as you, not that you have to like, maybe
it
break it
doesn't necessarily
down.
have to be right here, like it could be just spoken at the moment.
I will
That
cut
would
them
be-
down to those 2, okay?
Or in parentheses. just
Everybody-
So they can also see it.
Oh, 2 lines is good. 2 lines takes away 5 lines. Everybody happy with that? I'm gonna put $2,000 for promotional items, 2,500 for giveaways. And then that's what's gonna be in there. Because I remember all of you guys are gonna have to agree with what I'm saying here, because I'm gonna be making the notations on this, taking this home, changing this, emailing it to Gabby so she has it ready for the meeting. So the new budget, community awareness, the number is there. Promotional items, $2,000. Event giveaways, $2,500 on the community programs. Budget's 20,000, arts for autism is 7. The animation classes is 1, and that's it.
Yeah, we have to pay for it is the open house.
Which,
Dojo.
I wanted to mention. So I spoke to Parks. And so Parks and Legal are still finishing with the animation and dojo. You need to request the council's approval for those two projects.
We did already.
To council?
Yeah, last time we did a presentation. We didn't have a budget for it. We just, we asked permission for the go-ahead. That's why they were submitted. Just like Arts for Autism was never, we told them we're gonna do it, we sent it to them, and then they take it from there. So
Okay.
I don't know what they mean, we have to get it approved again.
No,
Mhm.
Arts for Autism, that program, we had to present it to the council.
We did present this.
And Audrey had to
Audrey had
come
to
and.
come and
Did they not do a presentation from the animation classes?
I don't think.
I think there's a difference between a presentation for us and actual at the meeting.
Oh,
right?
yeah, completely different. Yeah, that, because that would be presenting to council.
Right,
So that's something then that maybe Francisco or Sensei Francisco would have to do from Dojo and. But I don't understand if it's been in the works for such a long time, like now we have to, I feel like we're going backwards instead of forwards.
Sounds like it to me. Would you like to just disband the board?
You know what I mean, right? Like,
Anyone government.
like we've been working.
but wasn't the animation class included in our last
And the
presentation?
dojo. In the last presentation, I mentioned we are in the works right now, adding to our Arts for Autism program, an additional set of programs, including the dojo and the animation classes. That was in the presentation, and they would.
the last budget presentation,
Mhm. But there was no budget to it because we didn't have a number.
So
Okay,
and the report to council.
report to council, we indicated that this is on the works, that they're already submitted and they're going through the process. I mean, if
So
they
then
want,
do we have
if
to
the council-
present again?
if the council wants a
Yes.
presentation, tell them to call them. Tell the council to call them and have them come over. Why do we have to do all this stuff? God, it's a phone call. So easy. The government makes things so hard. Do we have to set up a
So do
council
we-
meeting
can
for them to
we
come?
Do the presentation, or it has to be like the,
my understanding, we can do the
That's
presentation.
what I understood,
Yeah.
yes. That you have to like ask them, you have to bring them the information, how much it's gonna cost, do they need a facility? Or any other.
Is it gonna
resource.
cost them any money? No, it's not gonna cost them any money, we just need approval. In
Oh,
other
we can do
words,
that.
they want to. How do I put this nicely?
Is a government, don't worry.
They want to make sure that they are okay with it, politically correct to do the
Right.
program. That's what it is.
right. I get that.
So we,
Class
can-
dojo, okay. Our name's gonna be associated with it. What is it exactly? What are you doing exactly? And then they decide, okay, that's something we wanna do. Be a part of it. If there's something
And
like,
allowed to happen in the town.
yes,
okay. Well, we have a
that's
presentation.
what they want.
In
They want
September.
that control.
We have a presentation in September, right?
Committee report.
A committee report. So can we take the time in our committee report to present to them the
Yes,
plan
you
that we've
should.
already presented? Do
You
we,
would include
to-
those. There's also snapology, if you guys are interested, you would need to make a motion. That you are interested and
Snapology is still a future project. We
Yeah,
have, we
so-
need to get these done first.
These have been going on forever.
We have H2O as well.
yeah, so just keep them in mind for maybe like the next committee report then. Not the one in September, the one after,
And what did Park say about the dojo?
yeah, that's just the update.
That should be for this committee report. The dojo and animation, if not, it's gonna take a while for them to
Do we need
present it
to-
again and start it again.
Do we need to
We
have
can start it
a member of their team come
I
with us?
mean,
The dojo's been a
the
year.
animation, they're about to sign the contract, so I don't.
So say I'm saying like we're going backwards, I don't know. Like we're already here, but wait, you like,
Like, why doesn't, I mean, if Parks and Rec are the ones like signing the contract. Aren't they the ones supposed to bring that in? Like, we just like suggested it, we just like got them together. But our name's not on the contract.
We're just a supporting group verbally.
Or Parks and Legal tell them to go and to get it to council.
They're not gonna do it.
I mean, whatever, I mean, I'll present it, I mean, I can, maybe, Catherine. Is the lady who came and she's in charge of that, maybe she'll wanna come to the next meeting.
You can be there. in
I don't
case
think it has to be that in detail. Because this, the animation and the dojo, there's no real conflict.
Right,
So you just explain what it is. And make
right,
sure,
that they're not asking for any money, or they need a facility.
And just
So-
remember also to mention that there would be an open house. Since that would also
For them
come-
to sign up for the program? Is that what you?
Yes, and like an information
All that
session,
you can,
like it was, yeah.
we're gonna have an open house, this is how much it is, and this is included, these are the people who are coming.
No,
Oh, okay.
Are you saying an open house for the animation class and the dojo, or separate, or?
No,
just
it's
the-
animation.
No, I think it's separate,
Yeah,
animation was. the one.
Oh, okay.
If Dojo would like to do that also, then that
Right.
would be.
Oh,
something
okay,
to
okay.
include,
You know, I thought the town was asking, like, for us to do an open house for the.
No.
Got it, okay.
And then for dojo, the legal ramifications of it right now is who's liable if the kid gets hurt, because that one, but that's all in the contract. They shouldn't have a conflict with that. Like I said, I don't think
They don't do any.
I think it's just an explanation of what it
Right,
is.
concept. Thank you.
Ah, okay, so, yeah, more power. I think it's just an explanation for them to say,
Right.
okay, good job.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, we're not gonna do it.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay, that's different. I thought they were gonna judge us. They're like, nah, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Because there's nothing politically correctness about dojo animation.
Okay,
And something very important to specify with the dojo is that it's different from the one that's already running, because we do have a karate program running. This one is specifically for special needs, and it's worked very different.
And non-contact,
It's
right?
not contact, so it's, that needs to be said as well,
right.
because they might say, but we already have a program. Yes, but this is,
Right.
In the dojo program. okay,
All they want is information.
So for,
And they be prepared for answers if they have a question.
the town pays for it. So it's that.
Not
one
the
was
I
very
don't know
different.
part.
This one we're paying for.
what was the number for the dojo program that we were gonna?
I have my son's phone because I left my phone behind, so I don't have my emails. I know that you have it in the
I
email.
do,
Yes, I know Gabby does too. Sorry.
that's all right. I'll add it when I retype it. Okay, so I'll add that number when I,
It's in the proposal,
Yeah, and it's the latest one, because remember, he had,
November.
he edited it, that's it. Sorry. He made an edit to it. So he changed the price, because we decided instead of doing a whole year, we were gonna do less time, so the
Did
price changed.
Did we already vote on this $1,000 to allocate that $1,000 to the animation fund?
Thought we did.
yeah, we did.
Thought we did.
You wanna
Yeah,
just
but-
vote again, just in case?
I think we did that in June.
I want to increase the amount
How much you want?
because, in the last email that was going around, she said that at the end of the class, that if we could do like a, like a little,
Graduation, okay.
like a party
All right,
for,
let's do two,
for the kids. So I think we need to increase it.
two,
Because we have a lot of money on that. Are not being used.
is two okay? Okay. I motion that we adjust or add, if it's not been done, the animation class funding from community programs to $2,000.
I second.
All those in favor?
Hi.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
And luck on the.
Yes, so.
Repeat.
You said super fast.
I'm sorry. I like to make a motion for us to increase or make original the number for the animation class money from community programs to $2,000.
The number?
Yeah,
You said it,
The amount.
the amount,
the amount to.
$2,000.
From community programs.
from community programs. So that recovers us if we did vote on it, and if we didn't, it's new.
For dojo.
No,
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 animation
right.
class.
animation. What was the number for dojo?
Okay, so it says, the instruction will be during multiple weekly 1-hour sessions and at no direct cost to the participants, but at an hourly rate paid by the town of Miami-Dade. This rate is $125 per hour.
For a total of how many hours?
I know he changed the time. It should say for how long. That one was.
Oh, how many weeks, and we can figure it.
Yeah, program may be tailored to the schedule available at particular spaces from a short period, 4 to 8 weeks, to a longer academic calendar or seasons long periods.
Oh, good, that really solved the whole thing.
Now, I do remember that he also mentioned about an ABA therapist, and we had said that maybe we could just like allocate a certain amount, and then he worries about that. Like, instead of us having to be the ones,
That was us, we agreed to allocate a certain amount for him
So
to
I'm
cover
just-
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Like for him to
Yeah, 'cause
worry
we don't
about
wanna
who
be
he's gonna, yeah. So that's something to add to whatever that 125, and then I remember Alexandra had said like the amount. Somewhat for an RBT. or
Did you say it was
anything.
8 weeks?
You remember?
4 to 8?
4 to
4 to
8
8
Let's
weeks.
go with 8
that you had
weeks.
said, oh,
How
in
many hours a
in my
week?
job, we charge when it's this or when it's private.
That'd be 1 hour a week, yeah.
It's-
He said it was 125,
I think we've been talking about it for like.
so it's $1,000. And how much did you say an RBT would be per an hour?
I don't know, you said
I
somewhere
don't
like
know.
35.
My RBTs get paid $25 an hour.
Yeah, it depends. There's some companies that go up to like 30
So let's
something.
do 30. So $1,000, so $30 an hour times 8 hours.
240.
Yeah, so why don't we budget 1,500? That sound good? So we've got 7, 2, and 1,500. Yeah, we will. We haven't done one yet because it's the program hasn't started. So I make a motion that we budget $1,500 for the dojo program.
A second.
All those in favor?
Um,
Motion passes. All right, so social recreation. The number you see there is what was left in that budget of $914 plus the $9,330 that the city gave, town gave back to us for covering Gabby's position. I've moved it, and I'm motioning to move it. I would like to motion to move the $9,330. That's in our random, it's in a random line item that doesn't exist. And move that into our social and recreation budget.
A second.
All those in favor? It's moved, motion passed, moved. And now the money's in there. And that's where our events are gonna come out of. On your total sheet here that Gabby printed out, you can see our social and recreation, they've been pulling everything out of it. I don't think we've been actually voting to some of these, I don't think we voted to have come from here, like
I think we did.
Arts for Autism does not come from social and recreation. It comes from our programs.
Mhm.
So it's in here on social and recreation, so it's not supposed to be there. Both Arts for Autism classes are not supposed to be there. Why is it in there twice? Did we pay it twice, 2,700 twice?
Where are you?
2,700 of them.
Social recreation. There's one all the way on the bottom.
Oh.
It's a 3.
You're right, we would have.
This is going out. Okay, got it.
So social and recreation, that was supposed to come out of our community programs, and it came out of our social and recreation. I don't think it matters now, but for the future, the reason I'm making this sheet like this is so finance can see where it's supposed to come from. And for us to see where it's supposed to come from. So every time we vote for something, we know where it's coming from now. Because if we made this mistake, then it's our fault, but it's fine. Publix, Papa John's, Painting with a Twist, that's one that was $525. That's for us. That's not bad. Yeah. Walmart. Okay. Okay. That looks right. So here's our social programs. We have Painting with a Twist was $1,500 twice, so it's gonna be 3,000. Did you think it would be better for me to put 1,500 times 2? Or should I put the full number?
3,000.
Yeah, I think the 3,000 better.
Okay, I'll do the 3,000. Art exhibit, I had budgeted us $500 for that event. Does that sound right?
Yes,
Health fair is $250 from last time. Resource fair is gonna be 1,000.
Mhm.
We just agreed on that. $250 for the Halloween event. The Festival of Lights is gonna be 500,
mhm.
okay? The trainings, we'll go ahead and I'll adjust that to be, what's 500 times?
3,000.
3,000, thank you. I'll adjust that to be 3,000. And again, we'll vote to increase it if we need. Grants and aids, so Gigi's Playhouse is 3,500. Hope for Autism was 3,500. And I had a blank space because I thought there was someone else that we donated to and I can't remember.
Well, we do the,
Is there any other donations that we make or have made?
I'm trying to think.
Do we do anything with giving Gators, doing card?
Not that I can-
That I can think of right now.
So I can just take that line out. If we don't have any else.
But, okay, in this grant and aid. Here, I would like to show like what are these people doing with this money? For example, Gigi's Playhouse, 2,000 is for the cooking class.
I haven't,
1,000 is for the table at the gala. You know, Hope for Autism, one, it's for the fashion show, the holiday party, the, like.
Right.
Cause like, we're not just like giving them money, like, it's actually going for like a specific, like, that's what I would wanna see. I think that's what the council wants to see.
so I can write that out in the bottom down here,
We're just like
text.
donating the money. For what?
I can write that on the bottom here, the text. So I can say, as far as our
I would
grants
wanna
and
see
aid,
it here.
you want it actually in here in the book. Gigi's,
Could we do like parentheses or what do we, or you're thinking like
Like,
more
the
of a
same way
breakdown?
it's here on the top,
Okay,
to like break it down.
A, B,
Yeah.
C, D.
now the cooking class. Now, when it comes to the gala, like we just put for the gala.
Yeah, again, gala sponsorship.
do you want to
Gala
break it down?
table
in here?
sponsors, yeah, I think so, because I think that there, all of this started also because of the donations. So that we
And
need
it's
to
a big
explain that,
amount too. So
yeah, we
so
need to
it's-
explain those.
Was there any other donations? we do? Anyone?
Now, for Gigi Playhouse, don't we also do her, that walk or the
We do.
dog?
No, it's
That's
the
what
walk,
has to
the
be
gala, and we
Broken
did the
down,
cooking
where's
class.
the papers in here, that wasn't it there? The cooking class is 2,000, the gala's 1,000. The walk was, it's 500.
So I'll break that one down, and then for Hope for Autism, you want me to break it down into those programs, right?
I believe it was 3,000.
The talent show,
3,500.
right. The Hope for Autism is the talent show, the fashion show, and the holiday party. $1,000 each.
Okay. So
September.
Oh, it's like Greece, it was here.
Oh,
there are 1,000 for each program?
for each event,
For Hope for Autism.
correct.
Yeah.
The talent show?
The
The
fashion show
fashion show?
and
And
holiday
the
party.
holiday party.
What about the gala?
Hope for Autism doesn't do,
Yeah,
Oh, we have that, yeah, but
it's already sold
it's
out.
already sold out, like, we don't, they don't need that donation.
okay. So you don't
They'd
wanna,
rather we.
you don't,
know,
I,
Sponsor the event.
I think it looks better too, we're, you know, sponsoring the event and like donating food. But that's what we've been donating, is the food for those events,
okay.
not just, oh, here's $1,000.
Well, I mean, we sponsored Gigi's gala. So that's why I wondered if you wanted to sponsor theirs by like maybe donating something for their auction.
But her gala was a table.
Right.
We would have to buy a table, which we've never done.
No, this Hope for Autism has a gala too, like that, with a table. But
But they sell out, like, they don't need that,
yeah, like it's already sold out,
Okay,
yeah,
in like a week or so.
I know.
no, I got my 2 tickets.
So
All right,
I think that's, we needed to explain.
okay, so I will break those down then specifically. So that they're explained, but I'm not gonna break down the social events or the programs because
No.
they're gonna be broken
those are
down.
Self-explanatory. Well, the programs, exactly, I was gonna say that, the program that says Arts for Autism, I mean, that's, we're gonna have to,
Yeah.
that was already approved.
Take a look at I'll fix the typing on this. I don't know how it got screwed up when I printed it here, but. This initiatives and events was supposed to be on the next page.
It looks good though, John.
Thanks. Is everything in there? Look okay. So what we're currently working on is,
The community programs, you might wanna add the dojo, even though.
yes, I have it marked here.
Okay.
I missed it. I saw that. Because that's gonna start soon. So the dojo will be in there, because I have it under future projects, but we can take it out of future projects, because now we know it's starting or getting close to starting. I don't know where yoga classes came. Did we come up with yoga? Where did yoga come from?
Then that's the Arts for Autism.
Yeah.
That's, we're not paying for them. But. If the town is, they're happening in Mary Collins.
So we want to work on that for next year, maybe? Trying to partner with them? I could put it under consideration. Okay, yoga classes for.
I mean, it's something else that we brought in.
All right, so the safety needs program, the safety program, we've upgraded the community programs, Arts for Autism, animation, and now dojo. Board events with our Painting with a Twist, art exhibit, and our Mayor's Gala. Our holiday events that we participate with the city, 4th of July, Veterans Day, Lighting the Lights, Halloween event with the Youth Center. Grants and donations include our assistance for Hope for Autism, Gigi's Playhouse, and more. And we plan to find more to do, right? Future projects are the yoga classes with Arts for Autism, partnership for the Mrs. Kloss book reading, the Inclusion 5K Battle of the Mayors, which I'll change that. Well, actually, it is.
No, there you put inclusion, so.
Yeah,
you're
that's
good
what it's
there.
supposed to be, right? Sensory friendly playground, by the way, it's quick, I'll get this out of your way. I went over to the Royal Oaks Park area.
Oh,
It is beautiful.
yeah,
It is a small little slab where it looks like a home would have been. And they have the lady that built it put a waterfall in the center. And
and it's
there's
Brianna Vergara,
Brianna.
yes.
So there's a waterfall in the center and there's concrete walkways around it. And around the concrete walkways, there's 4 squares on the sides. So we can do a play area, another play area, a tent area for sitting, and maybe a splash pad. Because there's water there. So it's a thought.
You might wanna also say what Peter meant,
Right, I'm gonna say that, that we talked about it, it was his suggestion.
no, I'm saying here to the ones, because
Oh,
remember.
that's
it
right,
was
you can
on-
repeat it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Peterman stopped by and when we were here, during the
Last week.
subcommittee. And he said that the land that we wanted from Miami-Dade County was not given to the town. They decided not to do it. So we can't use that land. And he suggested that there was a piece of land that was donated and a memorial
Mhm,
was put up for Brianna
Brianna Vergara,
and this little land, and all it is.
I wrote
just-
the Oaks Park.
at Royal Oaks Park, and it's attached to Royal Oaks too. You can walk in from Royal Oaks. It has a little opening here, and it has a little opening here by the road behind Royal Oaks. And it's fenced in all around the rest of it. And this is a little spot that has nothing on it but grass, sidewalk, a couple benches, and a waterfall or a fountain. So what I want to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get plots of the land and I'm gonna work with some friends of mine in the real estate business to get an idea of where we can do like a mini blueprint to present to the council to look at and see if they are okay with it, and then they can send it to their actual developers and figure out how to develop it, and we'll start the process of writing grants to get the playground equipment and what we want to put it together. And it will remain Brianna's name, with it, it'll be Brianna's, sensory friendly playground at Royal Oaks Park. And what I'm thinking, couple of gates, so we want to close it off so the kids don't run out. We've got some nice white picket fence looking style gates in the front. And the little play areas, little sitting area, and a splash pad if we can do it. And there's plenty of room for it, and it's really much better, much smaller than that huge piece of land that we were gonna have to develop, so. Since everything's already there, and then plus you're already connected to Royal Oaks, you can just walk over there for bathrooms or whatever else. And then the friendly movie series, which is what we're gonna discuss about doing the movie series. Did I not put a budget on that?
I don't think we put it. We didn't. No, we didn't.
Well, so that's why it's gonna remain under future products, because we have not discussed how we're gonna do it yet. So let's just leave it in future,
Yeah,
okay?
that's fine.
If you wanna read my words, you can, but if you think
If
it's
you
good,
want, just take away the series
series.
part of it. The Town of Miami Sensory Funny Summer Movie series.
Oh, yes,
Maybe just movies. We'll see how that. goes.
Movie.
yeah, movie,
Or
movie night.
Or they.
I was saying movies just in case we do decide to do another one. Months from that, like,
All right, I'll just take the series out.
Paragraph 4,
Mhm.
where we partnered up with the cultural committee. Cultural Affair Committee. Take way up, Cultural Affairs Committee,
and it's missing affairs.
right,
Okay,
take way up, we partnered with. Cultural Affairs
the mess.
Committee.
Which they did mention that in the article in the Miami Laker, if you guys read it.
Really?
They wrote a
I
story?
have it, I just
Yeah.
haven't looked through it. Yeah.
Oh, good,
It's one sentence, but it mentions us and the cultural affairs
cool.
and the
What is-
sensory. Too bad they didn't have a picture. I know.
I did a lot of pictures of sponsors. Able, what is able?
That's savings account for people with special needs.
Oh, okay, cool.
So my goal was for us to pick, when we sit down at our upcoming meeting, when we start the workshop projects. Is to pick something from every field that we think can help people with special needs, families with special needs.
That is a great workshop, if we can do that.
Mhm, I agree.
Able workshop,
So those people are amazing.
really?
Oh, yes. I met, at the Family Cafe, I don't know what his position is, but he's like the one in charge of that. He gave like one of the sessions,
Can you find me at
the
the?
levels required.
Okay,
I
guys,
actually just put Able United.
did you all have a chance to
People
read
United?
my writing? Madeline certainly did.
I'll confirm with it. Let me see, but I think it's probably the.
I think they all did. Guys, if you want, I'd like to motion to approve this report with the edits made by my pen that you all have made with me to be rewritten and submitted for our upcoming presentation.
I second.
Did you get all that, Alexander?
No, I'm sorry, your motions are so wordy.
It's Able United.
Motion to
AbleUnited.com?
approve the council with edit.
You know anything or?
Motion to approve the report with edits to the council for September.
And then I have like a credit card.
You seconded?
Yes.
Okay.
I second.
All in favor?
Are they out of Florida or?
Florida. Okay, they're in other states now, so.
Okay, we actually went through absolutely everything. Except for. The partnerships and special needs registry, so let me just do this. Motion to move partnerships list to our next meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Alright,
Aye.
No, give me 1 second. I'm not trying.
While
to
you're
go back.
doing that,
The- Aren't we supposed to add the line items to this?
what?
For example, for the twist, aren't we supposed to do that to the actual budget here?
That's their job, not mine. This is finances machine. I don't have access to this. They can take it from my sheet and type it out. I don't have access to this.
No, but, okay, maybe I missed something, okay.
And so you're moving C and F,
No, just that.
just that.
Right now, I'm gonna let Mr. Amador say, do we have anything to update on special needs?
No, but what I have, I can wait for next time because.
You want me to move?
we can-
Okay.
Yeah. so we can.
We'll move, then we'll also move C, 6C, the next meeting.
And we really didn't discuss E.
Yeah, we did. We approved it and we just put it on the calendar on this report.
I have an announcement about that. I'm sorry.
That was funny.
It says the concept, right now it's just, all we said is we're attaching money to it.
Yeah,
We haven't discussed what it actually includes.
oh,
Yeah, we have it. No, we haven't.
Hence,
Did we-
concept.
is that what we did during the subcommittee?
I think
meeting?
so. You
That's,
guys briefly
we
discussed.
said, you said you wanted to do it here at town hall. We said we were gonna reserve town
But,
hall.
but it's on this agenda.
Oh,
So me, that was not there,
Here either.
I wasn't there, I have no idea what you're talking about.
well,
Let's table that one too.
let's table that. one.
Okay.
Me to next meeting. All those in
Yeah.
favor?
I mean, I second.
All those in favor?
Now, can I say something regarding that?
Yeah.
At our next meeting,
We have a,
we already need to vote on it, so shouldn't we discuss the concept now
I mean,
or no?
we pretty much know what it is. We just need to put the plan in motion.
The reason why I say
Create the
this,
plan.
shouldn't we already get a date as of right now for the month of October? Shouldn't we already request that? Because if we wait till September, we may not get a date for October.
Can you find us a date?
So, okay, so that's part of what I was going to.
We did ask that.
Okay,
We did ask for that last time.
So you asked for some details and I brought them back. So you do need, like I said, you need council approval for the art exhibit.
The dojo and the animation.
Yes, but specifically for the art exhibit. The recent one, that was just like a town event, it was in the hallways here in town hall. It was approximately 50 to 70 attendees.
They had an opening night.
Yes, they did. And you, the town, like through our communications department, we could request paintings and pieces of art. Is it only paintings or like also maybe like a sculpture or something?
no, it's.
mostly paintings, right?
Yeah.
Mostly painting? Okay.
Now, is it mostly painting by special needs people or everybody?
No special
No,
needs.
special needs.
Special
It's gonna be a focus on special needs.
That's what we're talking about, concept.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Guys
how
weren't there.
many are we gonna allow to exhibit? Is it gonna be one painting per person or a couple? Or, you know,
Plan.
this needs to be spoken of, because when you
Plan.
present to council, what are you gonna present?
That we plan to have an event and that you guys need to give us the space for it.
No, but, you know.
We're not gonna exhibit,
So when you had this conversation at the last subcommittee,
When we talked at the subcommittee, we talked about getting the space.
that
And the
section
mic-
about the artist exhibit and what your concept was, that should have just been here, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I didn't. We didn't have
Yeah,
that
we
much.
didn't discuss that. Or you guys didn't
See,
discuss.
I think we only
Well,
did
I
go off
need-
what you said.
I need to know, so how many paintings? How much room do we have for how many paintings to hang in the, is that what you're talking
It
about?
was
To
the
hang in the
halls, yes.
hallways?
Also,
Okay.
it's to hang in the hallways.
Yeah, the artist exhibit.
No,
maybe
no,
not
because I
hanging,
didn't know if it
just
was
like,
hanging or if it was
They could be
like
hanging, they could
those
be.
Right,
things.
like, I don't
Yeah,
have, right,
the,
the easel.
the easel,
There you go.
exactly,
Do
yes.
you have, do they, does the town have easels that they would give us for that? Cause I know they've done art exhibits in the past. Where some of them are hung on the wall, some are on easels, cause, you know, I need to start contacting artists.
yes, so that was another thing.
Okay,
So the town, the board is more than, like, you're welcome to, look for pieces of art from, individuals with special needs. And the communications department could do the same thing. They can promote the event, but not on, like, later on, before that, asking for painting.
I think between Hope for Autism, GG's. We.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
enough for it.
Like,
G's alone is like 4 kids,
right, it's they want. you
and
know,
Hope for Autism is like 4 or 6.
they all do art. So that's why I need to know how many, but I don't wanna tell 50 people and then there's only room for 20. I mean, not that much, but,
So how many paintings?
right, how many paintings fit?
Do they?
And do they give easels or?
See, that, all to me, that's stuff that you do down the road. I want an approval that we can host an
No,
event,
that's
that we can
that's
have
why I'm trying to
money,
get rid of that one.
that we can have a space, and that we want to do this, and then we will put the rest of the event together ourselves.
Yeah, but remember, if we're gonna present it to council, they're gonna probably want some detail to
Oh,
it.
we're bringing artists.
That's what we're bringing. artists.
Unfortunately, it's not.
How many artists? I don't know, however many can go. And how many we can fit in there?
Those are how many we can fit and we'll bring them. That's it.
I've never had to put anything together so meticulously. It's always been, here's the concept. Let's do it and see how it turns out. Because if we plan for 50 people, and only 10 people show up, they're gonna say, well, where's your 50 people? Oh, they didn't show up.
Which is
Right, but they wanna make sure that we're not having like, you know, anything controversial or anything that
We're trying to
their
promote
name
someone
on it.
specific or.
Right.
What else was there?
I watched
That's all,
it.
and this is what I said earlier, that any new programs or events that you'll have to, get approval by council. So that would,
From
the summer,
previous-
the summer movie,
Which is in a future project right now.
yes.
so I think it's time.
The latest art show was elderly affairs, and they can give you a better concept. When we've done it in cultural affairs, cultural affairs. We came in, we put up the little thing, we provided the easel,
Oh, you got.
all they
that.
provided was
Well,
the wall. Or
The
the
floor
easel,
space.
yeah, the floor space.
that makes a difference.
So if you check with elderly affairs, Dottie, I think that's her name.
Yes.
Yeah,
She can tell you exactly, we had this many paintings, that there was reasons.
Right.
yeah, before she
Because if you're
forgets.
gonna wait for the town to respond, we're not waiting. Good luck.
Well,
All right, then, so we just need to get an idea of how many.
I'll talk to Dottie.
Don't most of the artists have their own easels for their paintings?
no,
Not
no,
necessary.
When they
So,
paint,
yeah.
they have their own.
I was gonna say, could we call,
I mean, if they do, and that's what, you know, that would be helpful, but it's. Finding out, because if we can already have it here, then it's less.
and if we have to, we could rent easels, right? Could we get a rental company and rent the easels?
I don't think there's a 1-800-rent-the-diesel.com.
There's a rental for everything.
And that's, you don't need, that. You have walls, you don't need that many easels,
And shouldn't be a big problem at all.
but you shouldn't rent. it.
I'll talk to Dottie and I find out how they.
You can rent 4.
Okay,
For a whole month.
Were my inspiration.
is that it then? Is there anything else?
We've got a meeting tomorrow.
Or, I mean, well, that's the announcement. Any other announcements?
Please send the committee report by August 23rd.
Oh, I got time. Wow.
Oh, so you can send it on August 22nd.
I thought you said it was due September 1st.
I told you, told them in August 20th.
Yeah, but that's a Friday, so then I didn't want to put everything together.
I got you.
So then the 30th agenda due and minutes.
So, okay, I'd like to,
Your meeting next week or next month is on September 6th. That's it.
I would like to call this meeting over thing. Let's end it at 8 o'clock.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting ended. Meeting is,
80, 90, 90 mode.
shut up. I'm tired.